So all the time, I get asked, what's your secret to success? 10 years later, how have you avoided going back to a real job and a soul-sucking paycheck and a bland office somewhere? How are you able to get enough done and be productive to have a successful business and not have to have just kind of a normal life? So I get this question a lot, and I've been thinking a lot about why I have been able to do that and what some of these secrets to success are. And one of the things I've come up with, and the thing I've kind of realized, is it comes down to my 5 golden rules. And I'm not talking about the golden rule, do unto others as you wish done unto you, or whatever it is. No, I'm talking about the things that on a daily basis I do, the 5 things that help me stay focused, they help me stay happy, they help me stay productive. And my rules, they're gonna be different than your rules. Everybody should have their 5 golden rules that they live by, that they try and do every single day. And these are not like moral things, these are just general well-being tasks, the things you do every day to live a better life and be more successful and be happier. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you what my golden rules are, why I've chosen them, and I'm gonna help you figure out how to choose the 5 golden rules of your own. And so with that, let's roll that intro. So a while back, I was sitting down and I was trying to figure out why I had such like wildly varying swings in terms of my mood and my happiness, my productivity. And I was trying to figure out what the consistent elements were on those good days. The days where I feel like I'm just banging through stuff and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling productive and I'm happy. What's the difference between those days and the days where I feel like crap and I'm being lazy and I'm not getting a whole lot done and I can't motivate myself and I can't figure out why? And this is something I've thought a lot about, because when you work for yourself, you have really high highs and you have really low lows, and you have to figure out how to balance those 2 things. So that's why I came up with this concept of my 5 golden rules, because these are the 5 things that I realized, it's like, oh, when I do these every day, my life is better. When I don't do them, my life is worse. And the more that I do on any given day, the better my day is, and the fewer I do, the worse it is. So if I don't do any of them, chances are my day is gonna suck. If I do them all, things are great. And if I can get multiple days in a row where I'm doing all 5 of these things, then you can build some momentum, and that's when you can really start to thrive, both as a human and a business owner and just someone who's trying to be happy. So depending on where you're at in your life, your rules are going to be different than mine. Because I'm a solopreneur and I work for myself, and so much of my happiness is tied to my productivity with my business, the things that I came up with kind of tend to be related to that. But let's say you're a stay-at-home parent who doesn't have your own business, then your morals and your values and the things that make you happy are gonna be entirely different than mine. So as you're listening to mine, I want you to think about, what do your good days look like? What are the things you do on a good day that make you happy? Likewise, when you're having a bad day, what are the things you do that are contributing to those negative feelings in that bad day? And there's no right or wrong answer here. This can be an evolving thing. The concept of the 5 golden rules, it's just kind of what's been working for me as I've identified some of these things. So no hard and fast rule. We're just trying to help you identify the things that make you happy. So take that for what it's worth. And now let's look at my 5 things, and I'll tell you why I chose these. And hopefully that helps you figure out what your 5 things are, and you can start to think about this, because so much of it is just being aware that there are positive habits you can build, and there are things that you can do on a regular basis that do contribute to your overall well-being and your happiness. Sometimes you just go through the motions and you forget, it's like, oh, every day sucks, or every day is great, or whatever. You don't think about the why behind it. But by putting conscious thought into why these things are happening, it's gonna allow you to replicate the good days more often and get rid of the bad days more often as well. Okay, golden rule number 1 for me, put workout clothes on every single day. Now you might be saying, hey Sean, why do you say put workout clothes on as opposed to work out every single day? Well, part of my goal with these golden rules is to make things as easy as possible. I want a super low barrier to entry so that I can give myself the best chance of actually doing it. So if I were to say, I want to exercise 30 minutes every single day, which is a good goal, but if I'm feeling like crap or I'm not feeling particularly motivated, the idea of like going for a 30-minute run, God, I'm probably not gonna do that. Whereas if I say put my exercise clothes on, that's a pretty easy thing to do. In 30 seconds, if I've got it laid out in the same spot every time, all I have to do is literally go put on the shirt, shorts, shoes, and away you go. And once I've got the clothes on, the chances are I'm gonna go work out. I've already taken that first step. I've got a little bit of positive momentum. So, on a day where I'm feeling bad, maybe I only do like 10 minutes of stretching or something, but that's a lot better than if I hadn't done anything. And it still makes me feel like I'm making forward progress because I took that positive step for my own life. So I think putting on workout clothes is a better goal than saying I'm going to work out every day, because it inevitably is probably going to lead to me working out almost every day, but the barrier to entry to get over that hump is going to be a lot easier. And something I've found is the days I exercise, I just feel better. I don't always like exercising. Like, the process of it can kind of suck and can kind of be hard, but afterwards I feel accomplished, I feel happier, you get the endorphins going, and especially when you sit at a computer all day, like physical activity, it's a good thing. You should probably have some more of that in your life. I certainly know that I need it in mine. Okay, golden rule number 2 for me personally is at the end of every single day, I need to have a plan for the next day. So I call it my top 5. So once I finish my work for any given day, before I shut my laptop, before I go do something fun or whatever it's gonna be, I have to figure out what my 5 most important things are for the following day. And I lay those out in a very specific order that I want to get it done. So there's no question about what I need to do when I wake up the next morning and I sit down at my laptop ready to work. I found the days where I don't do that, even if I've got a lot of stuff I could be doing or I should be doing, if I don't know what I'm going to be doing when I sit down, I'll spin my wheels for a long time. I'll debate and say, oh, I know I should do this, but I kind of want to do this, but this other thing's more important, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to like waffle back and forth, and then you feel like crap. But if I say, okay, the night before, I need to do these 5 things, and this is the order that I'm gonna do it, I sit down, boom, go to number 1, away you go. So for me, that productivity and that getting stuff done, like, that's a huge factor in terms of my mood and my happiness. Because, I mean, my whole life is my business and my business is my life. It's all very intertwined. It's not like, I go to a job for 8 hours and then I come home and forget about the job. I'm always thinking about business. It's one of the pros or cons, depending on how you look at it, to having this kind of lifestyle business. But for me, if I can bang out a bunch of stuff, and even if I only work for 4 hours out of the day, say I work from 8 to noon, if I get all those things done, then I'm feeling good moving on to the rest of my day. And so for me, when I create this top 5, I actually do it in a very specific order as well. So the first thing I do is something easy and fun, something I'm looking forward to doing, so that when I sit down, it's not like I'm dreading going to work. There's something I'm actually excited about. The second thing is the hardest thing I have to do that day. Maybe it's something I don't want to do, maybe it's something that requires a lot of concentration or focus, but you want to get that out of the way early. So you do that fun thing first, and then that momentum is going to carry right into helping you do the hardest thing you have to do that day. The third task, the second hardest thing I have to do. The fourth task is something else that has to get done. Maybe it's easy, maybe it's hard, doesn't matter. And then finally, the 5th task in my top 5 is something fun. So again, it gives me something to look forward to throughout my workday, and it allows me to say, once I've exhausted, my willpower, once I've exhausted my creative abilities, that kind of lets me wind down the day with something that's a little bit easier or a little bit more enjoyable. And so when I create my top 5 the night before and I sit down and that list is in front of me, those 5 things, boom. I know I'm gonna get a lot done, I'm gonna be more productive, and I'm gonna be a happier person because of it. So, golden rule number 1, put on workout clothes once a day. Golden rule number 2, make sure at the end of every day, I'm creating my top 5 for the next day to help make sure I'm productive. Golden rule number 3, write at least 500 words a day. A couple months ago, I did a video all about the closest thing I've got in life to a magic bullet, and that is simply writing more. The more I write, the more success I have. My business is a content-based business. The more content I put out there, the more people I reach, the more people that read it, the more money I make. So if I'm writing on a regular basis, whether it's writing emails, whether it's writing products, whether it's writing video scripts, whether it's blog posts, whatever it is, the more I write, the more success I have. So if I ever find myself falling into a slump or a rut, I just kind of go back to that idea of writing more. Because even if it's not writing for work, even if I'm just journaling or trying to get my thoughts out or whatever, that's gonna be super helpful as well. So I'm not gonna say that I always get there, but usually if I make the conscious goal of 500 words a day, I'm gonna end up writing a lot more than 500 words. So for me in my business, writing is absolutely essential, and the times that I'm most successful are the times that I'm writing a lot. So that one may or may not apply to you, but I think if you're trying to do anything online, the chances are you can benefit from writing more. Fourth golden rule, do something for me every single day. So it can be really easy to get wrapped up in work or deadlines or stuff for other people. But by taking the time to do something that I enjoy every single day, it reminds me of why I've created this business in the first place, why I value this freedom, why I want the freedom of my time and the ability to do the things that I like to do. If I don't make time to do all those things, then what's the point? You kind of start to forget about why a lifestyle business is so great in the first place when you aren't making time to do those things you enjoy. So it could just be, reading a book for pleasure for 20 minutes. It could be playing video games for an hour guilt-free. It could be taking a more significant amount of time and going to play golf for the day. Or it could be taking 4 days and going traveling or doing something fun, going on an adventure. But by making time for those things that I enjoy doing, it helps me keep in perspective why I'm doing this in the first place. And whenever I'm done, I'm always that much more excited to go back to work and to get stuff done. So we actually had a video a while back that was called One of My Biggest Secrets to Business Success. We'll link that below, but it's from the golf course. And I kind of talk about why going out there is so beneficial to me and how it's helped me grow my business over the last few years. And finally, we are at my fifth golden rule, which is every single day, do something nice for somebody else. If there's one thing that I've learned in my life and one kind of tenet that I try and live by when it comes to my business is that the more I help other people get what they want, the more I'm gonna get what I want. So some days I'm a lot more helpful to others than certain days. Sometimes it's just all about me and I'm in my head and I'm selfish. But I always try to think about what can I do for someone else that's gonna make their life a little bit easier or a little bit better or make their day a little bit happier, whatever it is. By taking at least a little bit of time every single day to think about somebody else, it's a good reminder of why I'm doing all this in the first place. It's like the whole reason Location Rebel exists is to help other people get more of what they want in life and do more of the things that they like to do. So, maybe it's taking an extra 10 minutes and writing a more detailed response to a reader. Maybe it's going and buying my wife flowers. Maybe it's just sending a text to someone I haven't talked to in a while saying, hey, I miss you, I was thinking about you. But no matter how big or small it is, spending a little bit of time every day to make somebody else's life just a little bit better is just a good practice to get into. It makes you feel good, it makes them feel good, and the more you do it, the more you want to do it, and the more good you can create in that process. So those are my 5 golden rules. Those are the things, if I do each of those things every single day, I am a happier person, I'm a more productive person, I'm a more successful person, and I feel good about my life. And so put on exercise clothes every single day, make sure I've done my to-do list for the next day before I go to bed, write 500 words, do something fun for myself, do something nice for other people. That's it. Those are my golden rules. Those are the things I do every day. And if you ask me next year if it's the same thing, they may have evolved a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully that helps you think about what are the things that are important to you? What are the things that make you feel good? And how can you start applying those to your life every single day to give yourself a better chance at being happy? Because in the end, that's what this is all about. If you're not happy, then what's the point of anything we do? I think that is the meaning of life. It is to try and be happy as long as you're not doing it at the expense of others. So think about this. I hope you put a little bit of time into your top 5, your golden rules. Think about this, write them down somewhere where you're gonna see them every single day, and then start keeping track of them. Start trying to do them every day, because I bet you if you do, you're gonna be a much happier person. And with that, I'm Sean Ogle of Location Rebel, where we help you build small businesses you can run from anywhere in the world that's gonna allow you to quit your job and spend more time doing the stuff you love and spend more time with the people you love. That's what it's all about. We got new videos every Monday, every Thursday. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we got a new video coming out. And give this video a thumbs up if you got a little bit of value out of it, if you liked it. I know this was less of a business-oriented one, but I promise you, if you apply this more than just about any other video we've had, it is going to have a very positive impact on your life. So go check out locationrebel.com/hi if you want to get our 6-day course all about how to start a lifestyle business. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Take it easy. Peace.